We're back again. Very late. Or may as well say very early. Very early in the morning right now. But I'm up, so let's go. Maycee Barber. Now listen. I was on the edge of my seat begging Maycee Barber to finish the fight. Finish the fight. I want it so bad because I feel like that's the kind of statement she needed to make if she were to be certain to be next in line for a title shot. Had she stopped Catlin, I think she would have got it. Now she still may get it. But I've been critical of her style. I'm still critical. Is she getting better? I can't say. Honestly, can't say. I think she's perfecting the way she's always fought. You know, a stronger version of how she has fought from the very beginning. Caitlin got some pretty good biceps here in this photo. I don't know why they look extra juicy right now. But Maycee Barber, I thought, had a fairly strong performance. If I were to rate it, I'd give her a C. I'd give her a C plus, B minus. C plus, B minus, most definitely. I don't think that was a B level performance. You know, she never really hurt Caitlin, and she just overall seemed to kind of struggle to dominate Caitlin. However, I felt like during the exchanges, Barber dominated most of the exchanges with her power. Which was, now, the mistake I think she made was blowing her load real early. Came out with too much excitement, I thought, and was doing too much. But listen, man, it take a lot of discipline. And I've said many times, I don't expect women to fight like men. But the mistakes we saw in this fight, I can't forgive Maycee for it. That said, I think she can clobber and hurt anybody, most definitely. If she's in there with Alexa Grasso and she actually catches Alexa, she could probably hurt her and get her out of there. That's what I believe. I believe Barber is primarily riding on her power. You know, power is not many women have serious power. Shout out to Lolita in the house. But the way she was running in, charging in, I got to hold that against her. She has to stop doing that. It's really that simple. Maycee, you close distance with strikes. She can see you running in like a football player. I mean, Maycee, when she charged in like that, how often did she land shots? Let me ask it like that. Not often. So I think Maycee still sort of struggles with her technique. She's clearly struggling with technique. She has improper technique. You're the smaller fighter. You can't just run in like that. You can't just charge in like that. Make you look lost. You know, and it make it look like you're just an inadequate opponent. It reveals too many holes. You can't close distance. That's a problem. But her tenacity and aggression gets her far. You know, you gotta give it up to her. Some of the shots, you know, it's kind of hard to see, but she clobbered Caitlin a few good times in that fight. She said she was going for a stoppage, and it looked like she was going for the stoppage most of the time. But y'all saw around the second round, a little bit in the third, Caitlin started peppering Maycee Barber, and Maycee was going stretches of the fight looking lost. She was started to look like she was getting frustrated by not being able to get in at will because she wasn't getting, I don't know, it's like good first round, good solid first round by Maycee Barber. But then it's like as soon as the second round starts, it was like night and day. It was like a different fight. She found herself on the outside for a while. That's why she got hit here. The place where I just thought she shouldn't. That's the worst place for her, obviously. Out on the end of Catlin's strikes. And look at that. Look at the reach difference here. She's laid a glove on Maycee's face. Look where Maycee's glove out. So I don't know, man. She does move her head when she comes in, but a lot of it is just running forward. She'll dip her head down like once, and then just run forward. Like, okay, that's what I trained to do. So she got to work on that. She got to learn a better way of closing distance. Got to be able to close distance a little better than that. And she got to find a way to benefit off her power better than that. Every punch can't be a windmill. Every combination, Maycee, can't be right hook, left hook, right hook, left hook to the face. It's not even like Maycee mixes it up and throws right hook to the body, left hook. No, he didn't do that. Those vintage, classic Maycee Barber flurries is a bad habit that she has not broken yet. Maycee needs real combinations. I thought she had a chance in this fight because Caitlin was getting scared. It seemed like she was panic wrestling, right? In moments there, right? Caitlin realized, hey, she got too much power and she's super aggressive. And Caitlin kept panic wrestling. She almost started to stink up the joint. But Maycee Barber need real combinations in this fight. Caitlin was open for uppercuts, as she always is, or just a kick right to the face up there. But my goodness, she needs a more varied attack, Maycee Barber. She depends too heavily on charging in with looping overhand windmills left and right exclusively to her opponent's face. I just feel like she needs to replace that with precise punches. Sharp, accurate, precise, real smart punches. I don't know, maybe get with a boxing coach or something. If she had better boxing, Maycee would be all kinds of problems. I'm telling you. If she learned how to manage her power, stop trying to throw everything in the kitchen sink at your opponent with every single punch. Learn how to throw punches with less power and set up your thunderous power shots. Set them up. Don't just lead with looping overhand rights. Don't do that. So she's missing every time, and she's lucky Caitlin didn't have her. Caitlin could have hurt her coming in like that. Everything in the kitchen sink she's throwing in, and when she's coming in, she's not varying. And when she's inside, When she's inside, she doesn't really vary her attack. You don't, see no like body shots, uppercuts, little slick combinations. You really don't see hardly any left rights, jab, right hand. It's just looping. The thing is, she can catch you with those shots and hurt you. She can catch you and hurt you. But how many times has she won a fight with them looping shots? Off the top of my head, I can't remember any fight where she's won with that. So I think she needs to sort of not make that her bread and butter. She's starting to, her performances starting to be built around that looping, running in, bull charging. She has decent kicks. And I think Maycee throws kicks with power. She landed some good body kicks on Caitlin. Real good body kicks. But, her attack, I just think, it needs to be more varied. She needs more weapons, in my opinion. She needs more weapons and better control over her attack. Stop going, they just want to go berserk. Spaz out, go berserk, throw technique out the window, just throw huge left, right. No, stop. So, now, look, she's not going to change. All I'm just saying, I'm going to pick Grasso over her. For that reason. All the criticism you just heard from me against Maycee's boxing, I can't say that about Alexa Grasso. If Barber had Grasso's self-control, she'd be dangerous. Because she got more power than Grasso. I don't even think she needs Grasso's speed. She just needs Grasso's discipline with her shots, with her punches. Grasso don't Hail Mary with every fight, and she throws a variety of strikes. Picks her shots well. Jabs, knows when to use a jab. Real good stuff. Shout out to Miyamo in the house. He said Maycee didn't even low kick. Yeah, where's her low kick game? So I'm saying there's a lot of stuff that's just not really consistent in her game. That's why she spent a lot of time not doing nothing. Just not doing nothing, not throwing nothing. Because she don't have a weapon in those moments where, maybe they're catching their breath and stuff like that. No low kick. Shevchenko got the jab, the low kick. So Alexa Grasso. I don't give Grasso enough credit for the low kicks that she throws. She mixes in some low kicks there. The champion does. But I'll come back to Maycee Barber because I might catch some pushback, but I think Maycee should go to 115. One man's opinion. And I'm not saying that she's grossly overweight or even close to grossly overweight. I just think she can make 115. And I think at 115, she's more dangerous. I still think the control time that Caitlin had in this fight, when they're in the clinch, on the cage, at 115, it was much harder to do that, to have that much control time. And you saw Maycee was trying to take Caitlin down and was struggling. I jumped out my seat when she finally got Caitlin down, but couldn't control her on the ground. That's another thing. I think Maycee need to learn how to have better control of her opponents on the ground when she takes them down. Compare her ground control to Erin Blanchfield. It's like night and day. Erin got excellent control over her opponents when she immediately positions her body properly. Erin Blanchfield shifts her weight, and boom, she got you, and you ain't going nowhere. And a lot of girls I've seen with Maycee, Maycee is most effective if she could just sit on her, sit her big butt on you, and mount you. Other than that, she really don't have much control over her opponents in a lot of those situations. So she can improve on that. And how about your girl Joanne Wood? I would be lying if I told you that I was not screaming for Joanne Wood to finish that fight, man. And then she retires. Then she retires immediately after. That spinning back fist was hilarious. Marina Morrows. Marina Morrows, here, let me change screens here. She started to dream, like she went into dreamland for like a second. When she first took that shot, she is dreaming. When she first took that shot, she was straight up dreaming. Hopefully they have a still of it. Hopefully I can find a still. Poor Marina. Poor Marina. I mean, I can see, everybody can see her cut papers coming. Somebody gonna give her a phone call. That was an excellent spinning back fist. They gotta have it on Instagram somewhere, man. It's got to be on Instagram somewhere. I should have found it before I went live. Right, that's my mistake. In a minute now. Okay. Marina, and I thought that was a pretty good fight. I thought Joanne sort of, turned back the hands of time for a minute. Her activity wasn't bad. Neither one of them activity was bad. Oh, here it is. Now, what is this? Okay, yeah. This is it. It's on Twitter. Oh, no, it's not a video. It's not a video. That's too bad. Let me see if I can find it. Joanne Wood. Let me see if I can find it. Please have a video, please. Okay. Yeah, they don't. Oh, maybe. Nope. That's too bad. Oh, there it is.
And then it was all gas after that. But I mean,
and then Joanne jumps in with a flying knee all goofy. And missed both of her. She landed that, boom. Oh, girl went to sleep for a minute. Then that flying knee didn't land at all. She then miss a knee and then miss a punch. Oh, no. How you gonna hurt your opponent and jump in and miss a flying knee and jump in and miss a combination? Oh, yeah, but that was a wrap. Now, you see that? She didn't catch her on the chin. She didn't even catch her on the chin. She'd probably be out if she caught her on the chin. Oh, yeah. Had that been on the chin, she would have knocked her out. She would have knocked her out if that had been on the chin. But it shows you how women they just don't have as much power as the men. They don't have as much power as the men. You saw how much power Dustin Poirier's punches had. Dude, his opponent couldn't take too many of those. He just couldn't. Some of those shots after Dustin landed, you saw a guy lose his legs a little bit. His legs are getting wobbly. Stark difference with the power. But except for, and that's not all men though. Sean O'Malley need more power. That fella is He's lacking in the power department, in my opinion. I feel like, now I know Cheeto never been stopped. I get it. But man, he ain't even hurt. He really didn't even hurt Cheeto in that fight. Now, Sean O'Malley, his stand-up annoys a lot of different fighters. Most definitely. But that was like the worst loss of Cheeto's career. Most definitely. You know what? And this is a good thing. Joanne, she retires on a win or a knockdown like that. And she ain't take too much damage. And she's moving on. Now we can replace her with somebody new. Get a young girl. And then this is okay. This is flyweight. The flyweight only going to get better. Yeah, that was beautiful. And she set her up perfect for that. She would have beat her anyway, even if she didn't land that. So shout out to Joanne Wood. She is retired. I enjoyed Joanne Wood. I know she gave some a lot of scraps, good scraps. You know? Gave us a lot of good scraps, a lot of good memories. And she had a image. She had a decent image going there. Used to shave the sides of her head and all that kind of stuff. As she one of the OGs from Tough. So, yeah, shout out to Joanne Wood. Now, listen. We've been talking about this. Maycee is super young. And to be honest with you, I kind of think she has a point when she talks about Juliana Pena. Yeah, I just feel like she'd probably put enough, if her power carried up there. See, this is the problem with Maycee Barber. She's a Jessica Andrade type. She can move up, but power don't always move up. Now, it moved up well from 115 to 125 for Jessica Andrade, but you saw she took some proper L's at 125 as well. Proper L's in both divisions, but Maycee Barber, I don't know how she'll do at 135, but I think she would do best at 115. And you can see she's kind of fleshy. I know she's working hard. You can see her arms, got the biceps. She's got development with her muscles. And to be honest, she's not overweight, man. She's not overweight. On fight night, she still got her six-pack. I mean, it's not perfect six-pack, but you can see her abdominal muscles. Remember, on fight night, that's when you're supposed to lose definition. You're supposed to lose your cuts. Drain yourself for the weigh-in. Then on fight night, that's where you're supposed to be as heavy as possible. Well, for Maycee Barber, on fight night, and I think it was her post. Yeah, here it is right here. Her post photo, in cage photo. Let me show it here. See that? For her to look like this on fight night, you can see the top abs clear. You can see another set of abs here. Not all the way in, but you can see the sides. People who lose weight, they know what I'm talking about. These come in first. When you're losing weight, the outer sides come in first. And the last thing that you lose is right there in the middle. If she were to go back to 115, you would see that clearer. The big difference you'd see on the scale is that you could see more of her inner abdominals. So I think she still got 10 pounds on her she could get off to make 115. Now, maybe she just don't got the discipline or whatever. We'll see how she do at 125, but she has not been the dominant fighter at 125. Yeah, put it like that. She has experienced some pushback at 125. Landed a lot of good shots, got a lot of good power, but man, she too sloppy for and can you imagine? Could you imagine her in there with Manon? You can't just, man, I don't know. Look here, maybe she charge at these fighters like that and clock them. Maybe her next fight she catch one of them and just clobber them and knock them out. Maybe she just knocks out everybody. All I'm saying is I don't like it. And if she was my fighter, I'd be training. I mean, keep throwing it. I wouldn't tell her to get rid of it. It's a pretty good weapon. But use it at the right time. Use it as a counter. That's another thing. She hardly ever uses it as a counter. Only as a lead, offensive, after I've taken two, three huge steps towards you. Basically, after I've charged in. And then here it comes. Well, they know it's coming. You did all that running and charging. You running that. They know it's coming. That's why you never land it. But could you imagine Maycee, hands tucked, creeping, walking, constantly invading Caitlin's space, primarily with punches, starting with jabs. Her jab is not bad, I don't think, Maycee's. She just don't use it that much. She don't really she will get better, I think. Put it like that. By the time she around 28, 30, between 28 and 30, you'll see prime Maycee Barber. Prime Maycee Barber. Hopefully she can add some weapons to her arsenal. Right? Overall, pretty good fight. She went for the finish. And that's what won her the fight. She could have lost that last round. And I think they would have gave it to her. Remember, that's another thing. That's going to win her a lot of fights. Now, remember, I think it won her a fight already. Wait a minute. Okay, what is this? Yeah, it won her a fight before. Won the fight because she was the one who made it look like she was going for the finish. So the scorecard 30-27, I agree with that one. You know Caitlin wasn't really going for a finish. You saw a little old school Caitlin coming out towards the end. You know, she was starting to sort of put it together, find her range. But that was only when Maycee was sort of taking a break. And then once Maycee started to get her breath back, she had another flurry. And finally, you just can't depend on that. That windmilling she was doing. Notice how sometimes when she land, it's only after 2-3 attempts. Like, whoosh, woof, woof, woof. And then finally you hit them. But they've been preparing for it that whole time. So we'll see if she can put some technique into her brawn. Got pretty good power. Dustin Poirier, man, he's a problem because of his boxing. He's just one of those fighters who are exposing MMA fighters for their lack of boxing skills. That's basically Dustin Poirier in a nutshell. And he ain't the only one. Sean Strickland is another one. He just boxes. And it really exposes expose MMA bad. But you can't just be able to box. You got to have good takedown defense. And you see, Sean is like a boxing version of Joanne. Male boxing version of Joanne. But yeah, real good hands. Real good boxing technique for Dustin Poirier. And you see he has the sort of Philly shell. He has defense. He knows how to turn with punches, He'll have his right hand up, have his left hand protecting his body, chin tucked, shoulder up, and he'll be turning with punches. So he's well schooled in boxing. A lot of these guys throwing these caveman windmills, you know, they had a huge disadvantage. Against Dustin Poirier. Right? Big shout out to everybody. I had fun, and I will see y'all on the next live stream.